crowd. Impressive, man.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello. I got them all excited. This was me. Either of you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Everyone here is so excited that you're here. This is the first time. We're together again on a panel, is that correct?
That's right, we had lunch a couple weeks ago. We were together then. But you guys were not there. Seeing you guys.
It was very much like this. Sadly.
You sound like this. So you guys have stayed in touch. You text every day, you check in.
I mean, I'm sure we do a lot of different things according to the people in the audience. For the most part, yeah, Amy and I, we are really good friends off camera, and we both have a lot of similarities, and we have a lot of things in common, and so working with her was always a joy, and keeping in touch with her is even more fun.
The fanfic is ready. So let's start with basic questions, because I know everyone here has good questions and want to ask them. So I'm going to start with the basic ones. I want to know what your favorite characteristics of your characters were. What was your favorite thing about them?
My favorite thing about Shaw, I had a couple favorite things about it. I loved her eating food with knives. I thought that was very cool of her. Oh, thank you. And and I loved that her foreplay would have been cutting each other and punching each other, and I just picture her as being such a biter. And so I love
right there. That's someone who knows this character inside and out.
I thought about her a lot, and there were a lot of things that I wanted to do with her that I never got the opportunity to do. So I always do it. Some of it was shaving my head and having a bionic arm, but I loved how masculine she was, and she ran with the big boys, and she was very much an equal to them, and never once was she portrayed as somebody who couldn't do what the boys on the show did. And and I guess that was my most favorite part about her. But like I said, just how tough she was and how violent she was, naturally. I really liked that.
We are learning a lot about Sarah. Amy?
I think Sarah should answer.
Your favorite thing? So Amy's favorite thing about Ruth is?
Very sexy. Yeah. I really, one of my favorite parts about it was the interaction. That I just loved getting to annoy her and flirt with her. And it was just so fun. Because she's very believable that she's really I did know that she loved me deep down. And kind of the same but opposite note, I loved how feminine Root was able to be and still hang with everyone and be as powerful, and there was never anything I just thought both of those characters that we kind of ran things, it's like the girls in charge.
Oh, yeah. We all know this. What was your favorite memory from the show? Your favorite scene? Let's get romantic here, guys.
One of my favorite scenes, it was not I guess, I don't know. It was a difficult scene. It was the scene in one of my favorite episodes was the simulation episode, 6,000. and I really enjoyed the stuff that they had me do because I took the role because I wanted to go to these super dark places that you're not supposed to go to on network television. And so, getting them to write that kind of stuff for me in that episode, I was beyond thrilled, and I wanted to honor it, to the highest degree of truth. And it was honestly that scene at the end by the carousel. I will always, that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of POI, when I think of all that stuff. And it was very hard as an actor to stay in that place, and it was very challenging. It was very challenging, and I thought, with, my scene partner and I, I'm only good because she makes me look good, but I thought, it's so sweet. So anyway, so that's, for me, that was one of my most memorable scenes.
It was awesome.
Yes, and yeah, it was difficult, it was challenging, but when I watched it, I thought we did a really good job.
I like the part where Sarah was biting me.
Camera's going off the rails.
We had a lot of fun scenes. Even the first, I think a fun story was the first scene that we had together the day we met with the iron and everything. Jonah and Amanda came up afterwards and they were like, why is this the sexiest scene? They're coming down the aisle and they're like, that's what you wrote, right?
So then, I want to know, was the intention always to have this relationship happen?
Yes, fuck yeah!
So we're not shouting. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just go right through these then. So we have a lot of fan questions. I have a handful from Twitter, but I'm going to allow those who would like to. We have a microphone set up, so you may get in line. There's no microphone coming to you, so you should get up. There is a line. We'll form it right here. If you have questions, please line up. This is a question. Well, they're lining up. Let's see which one. So you were talking about the simulation episode, and this question comes from Aria V on Twitter. Yep. So we get to see different aspects of your character, different versions, and they felt so different. How do you prepare to do that? You've been in this character, you know who they are. How do you prepare to do this character just slightly different?
That's the fun thing too about my job is I feel like, look, this is what I feel like acting is a lot of human psychology, and we are all not just one thing. You know what I mean? It's no matter what you are comprised of so many different feelings, emotions, events, things that have happened to you. We're all bitchy, we're all funny, we're all crazy, we're all sweet, we're all, so we're all just a bunch of everything. And I think with actors, you just try and find that part of you that most, closely resembles that which you're trying to portray. And I guess that's kind of it. I just really try to tap into that part of myself that I can relate to what's happening or how the character is feeling, really. I don't know if I answered your question. It's kind of tough when it's how do you walk? We put one foot for the other. How do you put one foot for the other? You just kind of do. So I guess that's the same thing, it's you just kind of think about that part of you that would respond to this situation and how would you respond. And trust me, there were plenty of times playing Shaw where I didn't know if I was doing a good job. I didn't know, you know, because they always wanted me to be tough and to not show emotion and to not, you know, but at the same time, like I feel like we're humans, we're not robots, so there's got to be a little bit of emotion that sometimes, you know, seeks through the veneer, and I guess we got it. I don't know. Hope I answered your question. Sorry if I answered.
Awesome. I think we'll start with the first question.
So my question goes to Sarah. What is it like to kiss Amy Acker?
I wonder if she's asking because she's getting ready to.
I feel like when I do it in my dreams.
Does it feel like when I do it in my dreams?
Is like biting into the most succulent peach.
Yeah.
It's like sweet and juicy and like just a little wet. It's better than your dreams, sister.
I'm so happy to be up here right now.
And I love both of you.
We love you.
And Sarah, you're in it too.
And what?
I think you're in your dreams.
I'm starting to feel left out.
She said what? What did she say?
Hello.
Hello.
Sarah's in the dream too.
I saw earlier in the photo ops that you guys are really good at kind of going back into character. Amy, you get the root smirk down just like that. And Sarah, that face, the emotionless, just like stoic face, perfect. So I was wondering, since it's so easy for you guys to go back into character, if you guys could,
How much are you paying me?
however much you want. If you guys could just like improv a scene.
I'd like to point out we don't have a script up here. And that's unfair to the writers.
Hasn't someone written some good fanfic?
Been a fanfic writer who stand up.
I guess bring some fanfic to the table.
Yeah, we'll do a stage reading of anyone's fanfic.
Go find printers now. Thank you.
If we can't, you know, maybe just like a scene of the ending didn't really happen and Rick comes back alive. How about that? Well, yeah.
I'll move out of the way.
Okay, so your scene is that Root comes back alive.
Yes.
Right? So okay, good. So let's just say I am on the phone, right? Because I get that phone call. And then
She appears. Thank you. I need to make a note.
okay, wait, so I'm on here, right? Let me be on the phone call with you. Right? Something about numbers or whatever. So,
You're all so demanding. So demanding.
She is such a great.
okay, ready? Okay, quiet everybody. Stage has to be quiet. Root,
Did you miss me?
is that you?
Are you ready for this?
I've never been more ready.
Look behind you.
you so much.
Wow. I did not see that coming. Yes, we have another question.
Hi, my name's Isaiah. I'm here from Vegas, locally. Hi. So a lot of the questions have been kind of like, you know, flirtatious and stuff, and you guys have already mentioned fighting and everything. Throughout the show, it's been like insinuated that Root and Shaw have a lot of kinky sex. And so, based off your perspective of the characters, like, what do you think are some kinks that Root and Shaw have?
We're gonna keep this not going any further.
Oh, is this like a PG thing? Is it?
There are.
Oh, there are kids here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Let's
sorry.
remember the show aired on CBS.
I apologize, I'm sorry.
So we're gonna keep things.
Well, okay. Alright,
Did
sorry.
you say we're gonna keep things zip tied?
Zip tie.
Just wanted to clarify.
I apologize for the children in the audience. So I guess another question would be, in the scene where the machine, as Root's voice, is giving the message about Shaw being a straight line and everything like that, you know, there's only been like another time where we see Shaw's emotion come through, and that's when she's helping the little girl. And so in that moment, you know, when Shaw cries and stuff like that, do you think that, you know, her being a sociopath and everything, like, do you think that is when, you know, she actually does feel love for Root in that moment, or she actually does realize, like, no, I actually can be with this person, like, just because I'm this way, it doesn't have to hinder me from, you know, loving this woman.
I think she realizes it before that moment. You know, there were some, I can't remember all of them, but there were definitely some scenes before that, even as far as season, you know, going back to season 4, where the character Root was, you know, definitely getting under Shaw's skin. And I think in the beginning, I really don't think that Shaw had a thing for Root. You know, I think it really caught her by surprise. And by the time we got to that scene, I think it was already, Shaw's feelings were already there. You know, I don't think it was in that moment that she realized that, or she would not have gotten emotional. But, you know, she's definitely one of those characters who, you know, she's kind of a lone wolf, and she found herself amongst this family, and I think she found, you know, that relationship with the dog, with her, with the fellas on the show, you know, like enjoying it more than she thought she would. And, you know, realized that being isolated wasn't all it's cracked up to be. And, you know, and yeah, I mean, in an alternate universe, you know, I do think that, you know, the two of these were together, and, you know, and they made little shoot babies with the help of a machine, you know. And, but yeah, I think she realized it way before then that this was somebody that.
So when do you think she realized it then?
I'm trying to remember, honestly, because I can't remember I can't remember. I got dumber with each kid I had, so like, I don't know, but I really feel like there was something that happened in season 4, where her flirtations just started working. You know, and like, I just remember when she came to pick me up on her motorcycle, and she hands me a helmet, and I like get on the back of the bike, and we drive off, and you know, there's just something there. And then my need for her help was another thing on the show. Like, I needed her to help me. And so it was just, you know, it just kind of developed. I mean, it was like, you know, I think it was like somebody pulling out the rug from underneath her when she realized she did have feelings for her. But again, because the character was supposed to be so reserved, it was never anything. I think the dream, or the fantasy, the simulation, I think that was, you know, that was the most Shaw would ever show. You know, but even that was pretty much all done for you guys. You know, it's like, because we read the feedback that was on Twitter and what the fans wanted, and you know, that was really done for you all.
Thank you. I have another question that came from Twitter before we get back to the line. From Jay, is for Amy. Although Root was one of the major characters, we didn't get to see a lot of her background between Hannah's murder and becoming an assassin. What do you think happened in between?
Well, I'm assuming because her kind of introduction to the Teen Machine family was about pursuing the machine, so I think she sort of took her Oregon Trail knowledge that you saw. That was about all you knew she did with computers at that point, and went really deep into trying to find the AI and to make AI. And then when she found out that Harold had created the machine, it sort of became her life's goal to find this man and release the machine.
So I think the lesson we learned is everyone should really be playing Oregon Trail and like really get into it.
And go to school.
And go to school. Of course. Where you play Oregon Trail. Yes, we have another question.
This is on? Okay. So my question might be a little awkward, but I'm drawn to the house. So
Let's see what this question is.
So obviously you guys are really good friends, and you guys have shown that. And my question is, so obviously since you're both so freaking hot, is it weird for you guys to make out with each other because you're such good friends?
I think what she's trying to say is, as actors, sometimes doesn't it get difficult to work with your friends in such intimate ways? Right?
It's always strange. I mean, it's, it is. It's like, yeah, because we are such good friends and, we genuinely like each other as people. And, I mean, we yes, it is weird. It is weird. It's like kissing your sister. You know what I mean? Like, oh, sorry. Bad, Sarah. You asked me questions.
It was the weirder part about doing something like that for me is that the whole crew is your family, and so you've been like joking around with all, and then it's more just having the audience of all of your friends, like seeing your it was nice to have Sarah there that we could both be like, they're looking at me. So it was good. I can't think of another person I would rather have had that experience.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, my question is for Amy. So outside of the events of season 5, like if Shaw's survival didn't depend on the machine's survival, do you think that Root could live a life without the machine and with Shaw?
I mean, the machine was such a big, that's so central to the story that it's hard to imagine. Like if Samaritan didn't exist and the machine, everything was happy with the machine, or the machine, how would that happen? Then it would be the show.
Like if she had to choose between,
If she had to,
yeah, I'm sorry, that's.
I guess I just feel like the choice was she couldn't, if she chose Shaw over the machine, then there was no Shaw anyway because the world wasn't going to be there. So she was that was really the only choice there was. And that was her best chance of maybe having Shaw too. But.
Thank you.